back up. Wow. I'm not emotional, you guys are emotional. That was fantastic. Let's give another round of applause to that. That was fantastic. Okay. Well, the first opening keynote panel of the day is given by, or moderated by, excuse me, dare I say, a very good friend of mine. A man that needs very limited introduction, but he's still going to give you one anyway. Mr. Keith Cook, would you please join us on stage?
Good morning, everyone. I really don't know how we're going to top that. I mean, we're the opening keynote, but I don't know how to follow. We've got Mary, and I was telling Mary that I started in California. I won't explain why, but we have a very good mutual friend. And then I want to thank again Anthony for hosting this. I think it might be my 15th or 16th time. And Cal, fantastic job. I want to take a few moments. Can I have my co-panelists to come up as we're getting ready? Before I begin, I mean, it is Thanksgiving, soon to be Thanksgiving week in the United States. We've been doing this all over the world, but for somebody who's the child of immigrants, born and raised in the United States, following up with having this conference here in the US again, and as well as having Mary sing that, it is very moving, so I'm going to try to gather myself. But this panel, we do... Oh. All right, I will stand. As typical, we will have everybody do a quick introduction, and then we'll get started. But good seeing old friends and new friends, and we'll just go down on the line, starting with JD.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. A little bit about me. I come from a medical background. I used to be a plastic surgeon till I killed a lot of people, so I found a new job, and now I'm So please do not ask me for medical advice. I'm not your guy. I'm just kidding there. So I left medicine and joined our family office. We have about a few billion in assets in commercial real estate. We also do a lot of venture capital and private equities, and I'm based out of Lake Tahoe, California.
Good morning, everybody. Anthony, thank you so much. Keith, it's always great to work with you. The Government Capital Family Office. We've been around for 20 years, which is in some ways a long term for a family office. Our motto has always been catch the current, make the wave. We co-founded 6 category world leaders. But we've changed that, and you've heard it before. We didn't initiate this, but we really do profess to everyone, not just ourselves, to take your success to significance. And so we only take technologies now that transform the world, and I'll speak about them later. We're based in Greenwich, Connecticut, New York, and Coral Gables down here in Florida. But we all want to make a difference, and that's what we want to do.
I'm going to take a pause because I do like sitting with the panel. If everybody wants to move over one seat. And then, just so that I get one of Mike's things. Don't worry about us. Sorry about that. I like to be part of the group, but we have such a large panel. We'll just keep going down through the introductions. Right, yeah, Anwar, I'm going to actually, because Anwar, if you had written his full resume, which was quite impressive, we'd be here all day. So we'll do the brief version of that.
So thank you very much, and Anthony, once again, thanks for having me here. And Keith, I think this is our 8th panel. I'm catching up. I'm not catching up to your numbers, but hey everyone, I'm Mo here from GAP's multifamily office. We are 3 families based across Mumbai, London, and California. So 3 Indian origin families. Underneath that, we have our own consortium of family offices and 4 main pillars to what we do: investment banking, venture. We have our own VC fund, who are LPs. We have a private credit arm, and we have a hedge fund as well, between the US and India. Started as an entrepreneur myself first, built my first company at 17, second at 19, exited by the time I was 20, then got into the venture game, became Europe's youngest ever fund manager at 24, and now hoping to deploy into some interesting companies which are out here.
Thanks, Anwar.
Shortly, Kashmir. I'm the state venture capitalist and also president and chairman of our business school alumni in New York. We have about 400 people, about 100 of active investors. We invest in healthcare, financial services, business services, and climate tech. We go 150 investments, and that's what we do.
My name is Beryl Beer Judge. I'm a venture capitalist. I specialise in the Gen Z market and also in the market of basically global investments. Our family office is being based in India. We've got offices in the Middle East. One of the beautiful things that I've experienced is, as we've been growing our markets in the technology sector, we've been investing right across the Gen Z market in particular, and also investment platforms. So we've got the Master Collective here, we've got Owen with his venture fund back, who's only 19, one of my star pupils. So we're looking as a family to invest further into ideas that are practical and have got a social impact as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Ohad Sur. I'm a founder and operator turned investor. I started a company called Kahuna in the data privacy space and sold it as part of buyout in 2023. Today I'm managing partner at Venture Forward Capital. Both me and my partner Mike are excellent founders, and we invest in serial entrepreneurs who are building applied AI, which is really the next layer application in the AI world. Based in Chicago and in San Diego. Really happy to be here, and thank you, Anthony and the team, for all this.
Hi, my name is Peter Jansen. Thanks for having me at the summit today. I run a family office. We invest in over 10 to 20 private placements and venture capital deals a year. We have over 200 investments in the portfolio today. We really focus on companies that are for the betterment of humankind that have the potential to become
A quick question, because we can all learn from each other. I'm very close to a fund that is very successful, but they're pretty candid that they piggyback off of other people's deals. So they get asked to, or get
we think we have tremendous distribution. We've done business in 80 countries. So typically we deal with patent technology, almost always. And our job is to take it around the world. US inventors, invented the clouds, now we're working with them. But we take inventors who have a technology that we think will change the world, and then we work with them. However, there are some times that we want to work. We only work with family offices. We do not work with governments or politicians if it's all possible. Politicians come and go, family offices stick around for a long time. But sometimes we go syndicated because we look for expertise. And so there may be areas, now we're just getting into augmented reality and virtual reality. We know a lot less about it than some of our colleagues. And so we go to people who know a lot more about it than we do, and we look to co-invest with them, or at least syndicate with them. And what we often do, punchline, is we build joint ventures with family offices, and we typically take it to Latin America, Middle East, and Asia. Those are the three areas that we particularly take on. It's a mixed bag. Sometimes because of expertise, you need partners, and sometimes because of your own expertise, our experience with consumer products, foods, beverages, skincare, etc., is pretty significant, so we don't need partners on that. So it's a mixed bag.
Thanks, Kevin.
I think also, I was just going to say, one of the things that, is everybody on social media here? Is everybody on LinkedIn here, in this room? Yeah. Yep. That will fundamentally change the way in which you find VCs and family offices. Because there's a lot more information out there, and as a family office, I want to see somebody else put some skin in the game. We don't want to take sole risks on any project, because we want them to be successful if they're early stages. If it's pre-seed, it is a very, very good opportunity for investment to be deployed. But sometimes you've got to work with specialist firms and families that specialize in biotech or on industrials and are using other technologies like blockchain. So it's important to actually spread your risk. Because if you don't, the mortality on your book can be quite significant if you just have a sole entity as your sole investment.
Keep going, feel free.
So I'll jump in here. I think that developing partnerships in this space is key for success. Sometimes it's your investment partners who pull you into deals because they understand your added value as a VC stepping in. Sometimes these partnerships are actually with the family offices. So for us as examples, we come from the industry, from AI. We've heard the feedback time and time again. Look, we're not AI experts. There's a lot of noise. Can you help by being our thought leader partner so we can bounce off ideas, help with due diligence and so forth? That's how we add value. Now the second point is, it's about access. In this world of AI, you have to access deals early on, and to get to that unique type of deals, you have to have networks that are closed. We use our network of post-exit founders. It's called PF. I don't know if there's any members from that area, but that's how we get that access to unique deal flow.
Probably I can actually.
We'll go straight to you, Peter. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think there are three things. One is access, the second is branding, and the third is value creation. We get all of our best deals from our word of mouth, the relationships that we had for a while, either on the venture capital side, universities, accelerators, people who know us, word of mouth of existing entrepreneurs that we have invested in. The second, the branding is, if you have something credible to offer, they will give you preference. The best deals are oversubscribed. It's just the way it is. So you want to make sure that you have something to offer, your name, your expertise. And the third thing is value creation. How are you going to add value? Not by just being on the cap table, but how you actually going to connect them with the right investors, right customers, right folks in the industry. Those are the three things. If you can basically build on those three things and have a name and a reputation, you will get good deals.
I think just Peter, then we'll do it.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to add, if you originate a lot of your own deals, we like to be first, right? Because we're experts in biotech and technology and healthcare, and so by being first, you can dictate terms, right? And you can put in certain ratchets to de-risk the downside and structure the deal in a way that's comfortable for both the founder and yourself. So we do like the herd mentality where we co-invest, with other institutions, but we also really like being first to the plate so that we can dictate the terms, we can set the valuation and structure it in a manner that's successful for everybody.
I think also one of the things that I'll say to every entrepreneur in this room, look at the person next to you and say hello and talk to them, because you never know where the money is. And if you're actually dictating the terms to somebody, I know when I've been negotiating with my 19-year-old Owen about his investments that he's done in AI, I'm learning from a 19-year-old, and as a family office, I think learning, sharing ideas, turn to the best family office gatherings in the year. St. Anthony's is the best. It really is, because you've got true investors and you've got true project development. You wouldn't be flying out from the UK to come here if you didn't believe this is a good place to meet family offices. So what I will say to everybody in this room, look at the person next to you and say hello to them and find out what they're doing and who they know, because that will affect your family office deployment. Because if we see people with projects that are developing and using the system or outside the system, we're interested. All us are looking at our P&L and making sure it makes sense.
Thanks, Laura. We're going to go back to Anmol, then we'll go to Eugenie.
I think the two biggest differences as a VC investment or a family office investment is VC is stuck to a mandate, all right? Essentially, they need to return money to the LP. So the decision making is a lot more calculative. It's a lot more numbers based. Whereas on the family office side, I think most people will agree here, it's backing the right jockey, not the horse. The bet is being made on the right founder, right? Can they execute, right? So whether you're coming in as a follow-on or, coming behind two people or an SPV, the big thing we look at is what is our value add external to the capital.
So if we take capital out of the equation, can we still add value? If not, we don't want to be part of the deal, right? So it doesn't mean that it's a bad deal, it just means we are not the right investors to be part of that deal.
Can I just add one note that I think is really
Wait, 1 second. See, this is great, because everyone is so experienced, and so much to say, that I am just gonna be traffic cop from this panel, so.
So I like to take venture capital to a different stab at this. To me, venture capital is not a transaction, more a relationship. To me, it's like a marriage, easy to get in, hard to get out. So you want to date before you get married. So the way we look at it is, you got to underwrite the people. You have the same synergies. Because, you know, I want to exit, maybe the company's founders want to stay in. So to us, it's, you know, everything, a pro forma, you know, returns are forward statement. But unless you have the great team and have that synergies, venture capital makes more sense. I mean, that's our philosophy.
It's just a quick comment. A lot of entrepreneurs come to me and say, hey, look, I need a strategic investor who's going to push the peg forward. So I better get a VC to specialize. I don't agree. Hire your board, get your strategists on your board. It's a lot less expensive. And the structures that VCs use, I'm a recovering deals lawyer way back when. And those structures are often an enemy to your future. You want to keep it simple early, and you don't want to have, I call it California preferred, or all sorts of crazy things that VCs often do. They're not the enemy. There's a reason why we family offices make investments, is because we like to keep it really simple and build on a good foundation.
Right, I think there's one other element that's developing with that side, and that's the side of people actually investing. When you go to America, other investors invest in your projects. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a family office, but you get other investors. When you come to the UK, it's very much, oh, go to an accountant, go to a bank, but it's not the same. I think the nurturing of different economies, the regulations encourage the capital deployment as well. And so the American market is a buoyant market. And if I have anything to do with AI, this is where I come to get myself funded, and also the Middle East, the Dubai, the Saudis, they're looking at AI, data centers, anything that's service oriented. But remember one thing, investors, and also the actual companies that are looking for investment. Look at your project, make money. Don't come up to somebody, particularly a family office or a VC, and say, I'm going to make money in 4 years' time. I could be dead next week. You know, and my perspective is very much short term, medium term, but you've got to be making money. Before you take any capital, make money. That's my best advice.
Sergio, you want to represent?
Yeah, look, I think one of the best advice I can suggest, and I've seen it working, is clarify what your intent is. Make sure you know who you are and define what's sacred to you. Once you have done that, then go and invest in it, develop relationships. It takes time. You are not going to get the best deal the first time you step out. You have to know the people, you have to know the players, you have to be seen in that environment, and you have to see how you can add value. Once you have that, the right deals will come to you. But it's not going to take 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. It's going to take a couple of years for you to be here. Once you have those deals coming in, then you have to figure out, how you're going to basically deploy it, which ones to deploy. But that problem comes in after you have clarified what's your intention, define exactly what's sacred to you, what's special to you, what's going to make you happy investing. It's like investing in art, but it gives you a lot of money, I think.
Thanks, Sergio. Mohan, were you going to jump in? Oh, good, okay. So, excuse me, Councilman, very fast. So one thing I wanted to ask all of you, and may or may not be relevant, and I know there's a lot of questions I get on the secondary market. Are any of you being active for secondaries or passive for secondaries?
I think right now is probably one of the hottest times in secondaries markets because there's no IPOs which have money. IPOs are coming, but for 2020, end of 2022, IPOs stopped for 20